Today, the room will start to take shape. We're going to be pouring the floorboard in stages. We're doing the bigger quadrant first, and the following day, we'll be pouring the second one.
Soaking it right up in it.
Oh, that's why it's
Yeah, you want to
wet in here. I'm like, what happened?
otherwise it sucks all the moisture out from underneath.
While Simon was taking care of pouring and leveling the mix, Omar and I were helping by doing the concrete batches on the cement mixer.
Otherwise the bill will be huge on the menu. Yeah, if you level this bit, then I'll finish. So what you want to do, you want to sort of level it by eye with this, yeah?
Okay.
And then tap it down, pump, to bring all the water up, and then
Just a bit
drag that over it gently. That's it, like that, and move it towards you. What you're doing, you're looking for low areas underneath it that might need more in. It's alright, I'll knock it up in the barrow.
Finished.
Yes, that's it.
Whee! Look at a floor. Well done, Simon.
Well done, team. Come on, group effort there.
Alright.
You could have left me all on me Todd out here today, you didn't.
A little bit into the future, and you can see a little snippet of how the kitchen is looking, but I'm here to tell you all about the latest addition to our extension, which is the water drop reverse osmosis filtration system, and I'm gonna let Omar explain to you all about it and how easy it was to install it.
So we finished unpacking everything, and here are all the parts for the water drop filtration device. It looks pretty straightforward to set up, so I'm going to have a quick look at the manual and start putting things into place.
The Water Drop G3 is a tankless system with an 8-stage filtration to effectively reduce heavy metals and improve quality of tap water. It can dispense a cup of purified water in 8 seconds. It's tall and compacted, so it doesn't take over real estate below your sink. The filters are accessible and are easy to replace. It also has an automatic flushing system to always ensure you have clean, drinkable water. So if you'd like to know more information about Water Drop, you can click on the link below for more information or get your very own. I would like to thank Water Drop for sponsoring this video and also providing us with super safe water. Thank you.
Why is it stuck together? No. Okay.
While Simon was working on the second quadrant of the concrete floor and Omar was still working on the plasterboard, I continued to work on my beds. I didn't want to get raised beds for my veggies as it gets quite hot here in the summer, and raised beds can sometimes make your soil a little bit hot, and then it requires quite a bit of water, so I decided to dig down instead, but have some clear boundaries so it looks pleasant and beautiful to look at. I I started to transplant some of the plants to bigger pots to give them more of a chance. In hindsight, it is better to go straight to the ground at this point of the year as soon as possible. A tip I will probably do next year. This one is getting flowers, which is a bit, yeah, it's cool. It needs to go in the ground. It really does. They all do. They're not ready. So I mean, this will be the second repotting, which is not too bad. It really needs to go to the ground. I'm just gonna show you the prime example of positioning your seeds the correct way. These are supposed to be melons, but this is how I make them look. This is how I plant them. I plant them like this. So they were trying to grow, and then the root went into the surface and died. So I'm thinking maybe it will try to be alive again. I don't know if it will work. Very likely it won't, but I'm just trying my luck. I did that with every single one of them. I'm not happy right now. This one here. Stand up. Don't die. Okay. Doesn't look very beautiful, but let's go. I don't know how to do this. Oh, there's a fire alarm. Oh, that. We have fire nearby us. It's about...
Well,
maybe
you're
I
just
could...
lucky that the winds all the smoke was going that way, over there.
It's coming this way, isn't it?
Well, the smoke was going that way somewhere,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It wasn't headed here or this way.
Yeah, but it can get really bad with this wind. You know,
I
for
mean,
some
the
people...
wind can be changeable, but at the moment, I think you're in a good position.
Not too big, the fire. Yeah, probably gonna be contained. Okay, so this is like the kind of worries I want to have right now. How to plant my chamomile. Fire alarms going off apart from a Sunday at 1 PM when it's being tested can be a bit worrying, but the small fires are usually contained within the hour. Luckily, they are quite good here with them. The second quadrant was poured and the shuttering in between was taken off. Then the gaps are filled with cement, and after a few days of the main concrete slabs being poured, we can start building the divided wall for the bathroom.
On the hard rock line, I'm working on that old steamboat and learned to ride and steer. When my feet had took dry land, how happy I did feel.
The electricity will be fed from the ceiling, so we needed to make some channels for the cables.
Hey! That's good.
After they have been chiseled out, the cable is fed and the channels are covered with cement.
So I've got new seeds. I have transplanted a lot of my plants, as you could see. I did a little bit of filming of how everything looks. A lot of it is really craving to be transplanted, and I have been quite slow making that vegetable patch. Not ideal, but anyway, it's just, you know, I got family over and it's been a little bit of everything happening, but now I'm planting my spring onions, which are doing really well. We can't find spring onions here. I was told that I could find it somewhere and I didn't find any, so I will be planting them. And I plant them in two, and they're very, very small, very cute. I'm using a spoon to plant them. I got these nice fancy tools, but then they're a bit thick for them. I also have other tools that are not very expensive. And then I thought I'm just gonna grab a spoon. It's like something that I use every day, so I will know how to hold it very nicely. I don't have to like adapt my hand to it. And I just put it a little, the back of it, the whole, how big it needs to be, and I just plant it in there. And I thought, we don't need expensive tools fancy gardening tools to do stuff. Another thing you could do is use this one and just take it out of here like that. It's just so much easier. I do have gloves. I don't really like wearing them because I can't really feel what I'm doing very well. And I clean it a little bit, and then I transplant it where I need it to be, which is here at the moment. I'll put it here so you can see. I take my spoon, there's that hole there, make a hole there. This will be slightly deep. This is, by the way, a milk carton that I'm using. I just want to take this one off because it's a bit in the way. Milk carton, I pierce some holes on the bottom, and then I can use it for this. And it's just a very inexpensive way of doing your plants. You don't need fancy planters like this one. Well, sometimes you do, you know, like I do like using them because they are very organized. And then I will take with the other side some more earth and stick it in there. Wow, it really stinks of like farm stuff. I'm just gonna transplant some of my other seeds onto here because a bit small. This is something I have never done before in my life, planting. This is the first time I've ever planted anything.
That afternoon, I carried on transplanting my seedlings. I wanted to mention the window lintels though, which we didn't film much of the process. Behind the scenes, we were discussing tons how to do the lintels. We really wanted to get wooden lintels for both windows, but unfortunately, it's very expensive to get a piece of wood that will cover this much of a window lintel, so we decided to just render it. This first layer was done in a rough way to then add the finished smooth render, which will protrude from the wall. Here you can see some of the tests we have done with the finished render. We experimented with pigments, yellows and browns, and also with clay. Which one do you guys prefer? The next day we continue with doing the plasterboard. The reason the walls are pink here is due to an error on the order, but it's fine as this wall would not be exposed to any moisture. Pink means a more fire retardant board, which may be just as useful. This has taken the longest time. It's actually a lot more difficult than it seems, mostly because the room is quite small. It would have been much better to go with on a roof, but as explained in our last video, it was just so much more cost effective to use plasterboard.
So Omar likes doing electrics. You don't like doing
well,
plumbing?
I don't like doing plumbing. Plumbing's awful. It's a highly respected job.
They both are.
Yeah, the problem with it, well, electricity can kill you very easily.
That's why Simon doesn't like doing electricity.
But plumbing, you just can totally flood a place out. And especially, yeah, when you're working with plasterboard, it's
very delicate.
Yeah, you can't be having things leaking like crazy. Like over here, we kind of gave up.
We didn't film that because it was just a disaster. It went all over the floor, and we did dry the plasterboard really well, which was amazing.
It like leaked 5 times, and I think there's good quality PTFE tape and bad quality PTFE tape, and
we fell in the latter.
yeah, no, I managed to come across some good PTFE tape, and it was a lot more efficient. Like, you didn't have to wind it around 13, 14 times. You only had to wind it around 5 times on the joints. So, yeah, didn't realise that it came in different qualities. Boiler. That's the plug.
Is it easier than England?
I like the fact that everything's metal.
Yeah.
Let's double check that needs to be up and down. Yeah.
Omar did then a very temporary semi-dodgy plug for the gas boiler to connect to the batteries. We had to skim first the wall to then fit a socket. While he did that, Simon got ahead with the wall.
Okay, as you can see, it's a terrible weather yet again. We've had 3 days of this, and hopefully tomorrow it's going to get a little bit better. So Andrea's gone to hang out with her mum this morning. We haven't done any filming for quite a while, so I thought it would be a good time for us to catch up. At the moment I'm working on the extension area, just finishing all the plasterboard, getting all the electrics and the plumbing in. Simon's working in the extension, not the extension, sorry, it's Andrea's mum's room. And it's very exciting now because the bathroom walls are going in, the electrics are going in, we're just putting the ceiling beam in. Yeah, and then tomorrow, perhaps if the weather is good, we're going to get this floor looked at with some stone people. Yeah, not the smoking kind, I mean the people that work with stone. And yeah, so that will be a really big improvement once we've got an ability to walk around without tripping over ourselves constantly. And I'll show you in more detail. Cool, so these triangles at the top, they're basically the ones that I have to finish off. And I've done almost everything. Still got to do the ceiling. It's taking so much longer this. I thought this was going to take a week. This has taken a month. It's been ages cutting plasterboard. It's really fragile stuff. It breaks really easily. It's a mess to work with. I really hope that this material I'm using, you know, like maybe I should have used OSB inside, but we'll see. We'll see how it copes. Alrighty.
Well done!
Yay!
Finally!
After finishing the interior wall, a concrete lintel is added, which will be then shuttered afterwards to make shape for a door. As the wall height is finished, Simon can then render it. A slightly different mix is used to this wall as it's already quite straight. There is no need to fill any parts of it like the stone walls. Also, a very thin mix will do just enough to cover the blocks and rough enough for the lime to grip. As it is a block wall, there is no need to render it with lime at this stage.
For this, it's not a normal mix.
A strong wetness.
Yeah, it's very strong. It's coarse sand and it's wet. Okay, following you around.
Okay, Tiny. There you go.
Very brave.
And that's Robin.
Hey?
That's Robin. Batman and Robin. He's always next to
Following
me.
him as usual.
He always follows Tony.
Yeah, I can see that.
So now in this room we need to do the plumbing, we need to do more of the rendering, and it's now finally the day the front of the container gets a grand beautiful stone floor. But that's for another day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.